morning, everybody. Welcome to Deerwood Academy and welcome to our Black History presentation. This is my class, and I wanted to introduce them to you real quick. You can just wave. This is Trayvon Johns, Zamaya Lewis, Caleb McNeil, Jayla Wakefield, Matthew Butler, Marcia Lewis, Gerard Clay, Cameron Griffin, Alyssa McLean. On the back row, we have Romero Clay, Sakaya Favors, Andrew Mason, Travis Person II, Takaria, Christian, Dinasia, Demetrius, and Nirvana. Let me give you a little background on how we got here. What we did in our class is I assigned them a famous African American. And what they did is we researched who they had, and they took it home for homework. And then when they got back, they had to come with like 5 or 6 highlighted important facts about their person. We sat down in our reading groups and we wrote a paragraph about their person. That served as their speech. So my expectations for my class is that they had to memorize that speech. They don't get to read it, they have to memorize the speech. So that's kind of how we got here, and they've been working so hard, and I'm so proud of them. So I hope you enjoy the show.
Who am I? I was born on August 1st, 1901 in New Orleans, Louisiana. As a boy, I earned money by singing in the streets. I became one of the world's greatest jazz musicians. I helped raise jazz to a level of a fine art. My most important early works are Armstrong, Hot 5, and Hot 7 recordings. I also appeared on movies and radio and television. Who am I? I am Louis Armstrong.
All right.
Who am I? I was born on January 17, 1964 in Chicago, Illinois. I learned how to read by age 4. I attended public school where I earned good grades and was a student leader. I am currently the First Lady of the United States. When my husband had took office as president in 2009, I became the first African American First Lady. I met my husband Barack while working at a law firm, and later we were married. I have 2 daughters named Sasha and Malia. I became a popular stylist First Lady. I gave speeches to support the military family. I started a healthy eating campaign. Who am I? I am Michelle Obama. Who am I? I was born on January 31st, 1990 in Carver, Georgia. I grew up in California. I was a star athlete in football, basketball, track, and baseball in the University of California. I also served for the U.S. Army. I was the first African American to play baseball in the major leagues. I played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. People yelled and threw things at me, but I didn't quit. I was very brave. I won many championships. I was the first black player in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Who am I? I am Jackie Robinson. Who am I? I was born on January 9, 1954 on a farm, Mississippi. I am an African American media star and businesswoman. I was born as a poverty but built a fortune worth $1 billion. I am one of the most watched women on television. In 1984, I became a host of my very own talk show, Chicago, Illinois. I also starred in movies such as The Color Purple, Beloved, and The Butler. I also have my very own magazine. Many people remind me for myself. Who am I? Oprah Winfrey.
Who am I? I was born January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky. I was a gifted athlete with a personality that brought me fans and fame. My original name was Cassius Clay. At age 18, I won a gold medal in Olympic Games and became the world heavyweight champion in 1964. In 1967, I refused to join the armed forces because of my religion, and I was convicted of breaking the law. My title was taken from me, was not allowed to box. I am known as such phrases as, I am the greatest, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Who am I? I am Muhammad Ali.
Who am I? I was born on September 8, 1954 in Taggtown, Mississippi. I am the oldest of 8 children. I am one of the several African-American children chosen to attend an all-white school in New Orleans. People were mean to me and called me names, but I was very brave. I went on to marry and have 4 children. I also wrote a book called Through My Eyes, Who Am I? On Ruby Bridges.
Who am I? I am George. Who am I? I was born in 1861 near Missouri. I was born a slave, but went on to win respect for my work. I was best known for working with my work with peanuts. Some products are ink, milk, and soap. Who am I? I'm George Washington Carver.
Who am I? I was born on August 4th, 1961 in Honolulu, Hawaii. I was the first African American to be elected President of the United States. I attended Columbia University in Harvard Law School. I am married to Michelle Obama and I had 2 daughters named Sasha and Leah. I sought to bring people of mixed backgrounds together, and I was also concerned about healthcare available to everyone in the United States. I was sworn in as president on January the 20th, 2009. During my first months in office, I worked to show the world that the United States will cooperate with other countries on important issues. I was re-elected for a second term on November the 6th, 2012. Who am I? I am Barack Obama. I was born on January 26, 1892 in Atlanta, Texas. I was the first African-American woman to become an airplane pilot. I faced many challenges both as a woman and as a African-American. I applied for a flying school in the United States, but I was turned down because of my color. I moved to France, and I went to school there where I received my flying license. I performed air shows around the country. Who am I? I'm Bessie Coleman.
Who am I? I was born in Richmond, Virginia, July 10th, 1943. I started playing tennis as a child. I became one of the 10 top players in the world. I won many tournaments, especially in the U.S. Opening. I I also help poor children and sick people. Who am I? I am Arthur Ashe.
I was born on October 17, 1956 in Decatur, Alabama. I was the first African American woman to become an astronaut in Endeavour, which orbited Earth for more than a week in 1992. I first attended medical school, worked as a doctor in California. I also created a science camp for teenagers. Who am I? I'm Mae Jemison.
Who am I? I was born a slave in Virginia on April 15, 1856. I taught myself the alphabet, and after graduating, I became a teacher. I elected head a new school for African Americans in Alabama. Many people admire me. I became the most powerful African American leaders of all my time. Who am I? Booker T. Washington.
Who am I? I was born in Baltimore, Maryland on July 2nd, 1908. In 1933, I graduated from Howard University Law School in Washington, D.C. I was the first African American to serve as a judge on the U.S. Supreme Court. My most important courtroom victory was the case of Brown versus the Board of Education. I also strongly supported equal rights for African Americans. I am Thurgood Marshall.
Who am I? I was born February 4, 1913, in Alabama. A white man won my seat on the bus. I confused to move. I was arrested, jailed, and fined. African Americans choose not to ride the bus. The law won't change. Who am I? Rosa Parks.
Who am I? I was born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15, 1929. At age 15, I entered Morehouse College in Atlanta and graduated in 1948. I studied at a seminary in Pennsylvania. I became pastor of a Baptist church in Montgomery, Alabama in 1954. I also organized a group called the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in 1957. I then delivered a famous speech called I Have a Dream, that one day my children live in a nation, they will not be judged by the color of skin or by the content of their character. I have a dream today. Who am I? I'm Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Who am I? I was born on February 26, 1981. I am in Michigan. I am an African American professional tennis player. I was currently ranked to one number in tennis player, women's single. My father Richard taught me to play tennis when I was very young. I won many major tournaments. I have even beaten my sister at tennis. Who am I? I am Serena Williams. Who am I? I was born on September 25th, 1968 in Philadelphia. You can see me on television and the movies or recording music. You may know some of my raps such as Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble and Parents Just Don't Understand. In 1996, I started in that year's #1 film, Independence Day. Who am I? I am Will Smith.
I was born in Maryland. I was a young slave. I was often beaten, so I wanted to move, so I wanted to escape to the north, so I did. I also had more than 300 slaves, to escape under my Underground Railroad. My job was dangerous, but I was very brave. I never was caught and never was lost a slave. Who am I? I am Harriet Tubman.
This concludes our presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give them a round of applause again for their excellent job. You guys stand up, grab hands, come up, and bow. Yay! Excellent job. Thank you for coming.